Tank Nation Conversations, promoting change through change.
I'm Brian Collier, Executive Director, Texas Department of Criminal Justice.
Blakinger.
Dennis Martinez. I'm a world and U.S. skateboard champion.
Hello, my name is Kevin Kempf, and I'm the Executive Director of the Correctional Leaders Association, and it's an honor.
Gary Moore.
Yeah, my name is Hedemias Cooper.
Hello, I'm Michael Dutra.
And this is Sharon Dutra.
I'm David Gorin. I'm a radio producer for the BBC.
I'm Maria Margaronis.
My purpose is to look out at each and every man in this room and see that there's hope for everybody in here.
When I came to death row, all I knew was that I came here to die, but little did I know, I came here to live.
Engaging podcast now. Please stand by.
Welcome to another week of On Radio, the Anointed Rap Movement. This is your boy Dirty Face. I'm in the building.
Business in the building. What's up, family?
Y'all already know this is. It's Lil Chris.
It's your girl KJ SD1, First Lady of A.R.M. Y'all know what it is. I'm in the building.
What's up, man? We got some special guests in the building, man. So we want to take this time to introduce our special guest. So which one of y'all want to go first?
I am Momma Johnson.
Mama J in the building.
I'm Bettye Young from Yazoo City, Mississippi. I'm the grandmother of KJ.
The famous Sweet Bettye. Y'all make sure y'all say
Sweet Bettye. Because that's what they know you by, Sweet Bettye.
So there's 3 generations up in this thing right now.
Yazoo, Mississippi.
She just said Yazoo.
Yazoo. Why is that important to you, Chris?
You know, because I'm from that 601, that area code. I'm from that SIP, man.
Once again.
What city? What city?
Man.
What city?
Jackson, what are you talking about?
Not Jacktown. Not Jacktown.
Jacktown.
Jacktown is in the house also. Okay.
Okay, well, we deep. All right. So I want to ask Mama J first. How does it feel coming into prison? Because this is your first time, right?
Yeah, and one this big. It's not what I expected. And when I walked through, I said, it is something like what's on TV. But it's not what I expected. I was looking for you all to be like cages and like animals. That was my perspective in my head, that I wouldn't be coming in and seeing some of you guys walking around. I was looking for, if you're walking, someone to be breathing over you and not letting you get a little air, if I can say that. But that was my perspective of it when I walked through. And when I saw the guys moving about, I would say, okay, I could breathe a little bit better, because that's not what I expected. I expected you to be handcuffed everywhere you go, not being able to use your limbs the way, on shackles on your feet. But like I said, God breaks every change, and he has broken some of the changes up in here. And I continue to pray for you guys.
Appreciate that, too.
Yeah, they got levels. They got levels to it.
There's some people here that is like that.
Sweet Bettye, is this your first time in prison?
No.
In prison in Texas, or?
Well, first time in prison in Texas, but in Yazoo City we had the satellite that we went to every week to minister to the inmates. And then we have the federal prison. We have federal prison for the women and federal prison for the men. And I've been there. It was fun, but we have one in Parchment, Mississippi, which is the biggie. And we have the satellite in Jackson. I think it's Jackson or Pearl, somewhere over there. That's bad for the bad guys. That, well, I wouldn't call them bad guys, but when they act up in the others, they send them there.
Okay.
But no, I did prison ministry with my husband before he died.
Okay. Well, that brings me to the topic of this week's episode. I wanted to get y'all perspective on how do y'all feel about prisoners, because everybody out there tends to think that, like you thought before you came in, that we're shackled, we're walking around here getting escorted and breathed on. But as obvious, y'all seen something different. And then this is just the beginning, because y'all going to be able to attend the service and see something totally different, and I hope that y'all get a blessing out of it. But I want y'all to debunk the myths and the theories that they speak on about how they see prison, like you did when you said you came in. So really, you free to ask any question concerning prison so we can answer it to help kill that myth.
I killed my own myth when I saw all the guys coming in and out, and I mean, you all are human.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all make mistakes. We always all go down the wrong road. Some get caught, some don't.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my perspective on it. You all are human, and I feel like if you treat someone like they're human, their mindset will be changed. But if you treat them like animal, their mindset will be changed to be like an animal.
Yes, ma'am.
And my perspective on all of that is that you all are human, and everybody was very nice, and everybody, you know, had manners and speaking, and it just something totally different. It just blew my mind. It was just totally different. No one came in with no attitude. It's like every little thing is a blessing to you guys. And where we, as y'all call the free world, we don't see it as a blessing. We see that's something that we just get every day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to say like a candy bar.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you hadn't had a candy bar in years, and where we just think, okay, I'm going to go to the store, buy me a candy bar. This is cool. But when you get in here, I'm looking like, oh my God. I said, I wonder have he had this or have he had that? I'm beginning to worry. And like I say, you all look good for you guys' age. I don't know what y'all ages are, but y'all look good. Y'all look preserved. Y'all look like y'all in y'all 20s. Y'all look very preserved. So I'll just say stress will make everybody, and you all don't have any stress, and you still should never have any stress when you got Lord God is in your life. You wouldn't have no stress. So that's where I come in. That my grandmother always told me, you don't ever stress yourself out. And my mama always say, stress will kill you. So now I know, as being an adult with kids, I can't say I don't stress, but I try not to stress so much because, like I said, I am a mother of 3, and I have raised my nephew, so 4. So I just try not to be stress-free, but y'all look good.
Yeah, look. Okay, so KJ, so like you moved down on my best friend list. Like she my new best friend. She say we look like a
Dang, you just gonna do me like that?
Say, man. She
Hey,
say
so,
we like 20.
Thank you.
So my mom's was like saying she raised, you know, me and my siblings, and my cousin, he like my brother too, but she runs a daycare, you know what I'm saying? So, and she's did this since 99. So it's not that she just raised us, she's like raising kids in the community as well, you know, so it's a little different. She says that, but she doesn't give herself like enough credit for everything that she does, because she gets like these awards and all this kind of stuff with her association. And I know she got it from my grandmother, because growing up, when I got in trouble, I had to go down there and stay in the country. So when I got in trouble and I had to go stay with my grandmother, there were college students that would come. My grandmother's house was always an open door, and they feed people. And I just, as I've gotten older, I see the seeds that were planted in all the ministries that I do. My first time ever going into prison, I probably was about 6 or 7 years old. And my pa was a preacher, you know, he's a minister, and my grandmother would go and sing, and that was kind of their thing. And we were there, and we were just told to sit in the back, and you sit still, and you better not be moving around. And we already knew what it was. If, you know, you in there cutting up, Gro's gonna cut her right with you, whether she was in the prison or not. She didn't care. You act like you got some sense when you go somewhere. So I didn't realize at the time that my grandfather was planting that seed. You know, that seed of prison ministry was planted in me at a very young age. But it wasn't until after my incarceration that I realized and figured out, you know, exactly what God was doing, bringing everything back into a full circle.
Okay.
So they say an apple don't fall too far from the tree, so that's what we seeing right here.
That's pretty true, bro.
Okay, so I want to ask one question real quick if I can. And so it's a lot of people on the sound of our voice. We know it's more men listeners I ain't gonna say just it don't have women listeners, but it's more men incarcerated in the state of Texas, and a lot of us don't see it from the woman's perspective. And what I wanted to ask was, how can you relate or tell us about when KJ was incarcerated, and for the mother's perspective and the grandmother's perspective, how did that weigh on you? What is our mothers and our grandmothers feeling, and how are they get your hands off me. How are they feeling with us being incarcerated? Because I know as a man in here, we shun our emotions most of the time. We get away from our emotions, and we basically, most of us in here would say, I don't got no emotions, right? And so what is it that our mothers and our grandmothers are feeling about our incarceration?
That's a hard pill to swallow. For to see your child away from you is hard, especially when you're a mother and you gave birth to that child. It's very, very hard. About to cry. It's hard. And when she was gone, it was like a part of me was gone too, and she was still not doing what God wanted her to do, because she was like, get me out of here, Mama, get me out of here right now. I want to get out of here right now. I could have gotten her out, but her lawyer was kept telling her, leave her in there, just leave her in there, just leave her in there.
That dude was a hater.
So by that being said, I did as I was supposed to do, because I don't know if that's what the Lord had him to say, because you know God see farther than what we see. We see right now in front of us, where God see on down the road, years on down the road. So when she left Travis County, they took her far away from us. So I'm thinking God was getting her prepared for what he want her to do. So she had to get humble herself. She had to find him. Even though she had him, she had to find him. Because like you can have something, but you got to find it too. You can have a wife, but you got to find what she wants. So she had God, but she had to find out what he want her to do. So that, like I said, is a hard pill to swallow, because when she was gone, like I said, it was a part of me that was missing. And birthday came around, Christmas came around, she wasn't there. It was like she was dead. So far, I mean, that's what it felt like me, like if she was dead. But she would call. So then they gave me a little life. And when she got closer to me, every weekend, it was nothing, every weekend. Her dad didn't want to go, I go. I got to go see my baby, that's mine. I had her, that's my baby. So I had to go see my child. And when I got there, she was, Mom, I'm okay. I'm okay. That's my backbone. My grandmother was my backbone. How's Keneisha? What is she doing? Is she okay? What is she needing? And I think where God had got us, where not just me, even our church was here. I'll go to church, they put $20, $40, put this on her book, put this on her book. So she didn't want for anything, but she had to find God. And when she found him, she knew her place and what she needed to do. But like I say, it was hard on us. It's hard on us. And I don't understand people saying, well, I hadn't heard from my mom, my family in 3, 4, 5 years, because when we came up as a knitted family. We came up as one. When something happened to somebody in our family, we all came together. Like my mom's sister passed away when I was a little girl. I don't even remember her. I just seen pictures. I don't have no perspective of what she was or who she was. I just seen pictures. I can't remember. And I can remember when she passed away, my grandmother had 6 kids she had to take care of. After all her kids was gone but one. So all of them was in the house. And I remember my mom, them all coming together, helping my grandmother take care of these kids. So it was just we always been a close-knitted family, and we still a close-knit. I mean, we have our arguments. Don't think we don't, but we all have our arguments, and we all have our disagreements and stuff. But still, when it comes to family, we all as one, no matter what. We get mad, and Mom always tell us, you only got one family, so you need to stick together. So, but as far as your question, how we as moms feel, I was hurt. I was mad, because I knew she knew. I can't say knew better, but at the time, I knew she knew that her mom was going to be there. And moms should always be there for the kids, no matter what they do. They still your kid. And like I say, who are we to judge? Who are we to say, well, he gone for life, so I'm not going to go nothing. Oh, he's gone for 6 or 7 years, I'm not going to do anything. You can't. I don't see how they can go to sleep and wake up in the morning and not think about their child. I don't understand that at all, period. I don't get it. Because I'm a mother that I love my mama to death, as they say in Color Purple. I'll drink her bath water. I love my mom. And my grandmother was just the same. There was nothing that I wouldn't do for my grandmother. And there's nothing I wouldn't do for my kids. But I'm not going to lie for them. I'm not going to lie for them. If they in trouble, they in trouble.
Calling the police on
I
you.
sure am. I sure am. You in trouble. I'm not going to lie for you, but I'll be there for you thick and thin. I'm not going to go to jail for you. I tell them in a minute, I'm not going to jail for you. You're on your own. And I feel like this, that I'm already a sinner. So I'm not fit to lie and be a bigger sinner. And I don't understand. They thinking that murdering and lying, and murder is a bigger sin than lying. It's all the same, because lying can get you into prison, and lying can get you into death row, or live row.
Yeah, live row. There you go.
So it doesn't matter. It's all the same. And I don't understand how you can take one over the other, because they all the same. They balance out to me the same. As an adulteress, it's all balanced out the same. You nasty. He nasty. It all balanced out the same. So,
Mama?
Talked all her life. Nosy.
Oh, that real spill up in here.
We lived in the project when she was about 2 years old, walking up and down the street, talking to those old people and being nosy, come back and tell everything. Her brother said she was the nosiest little girl and told everything anybody ever. They still say she's still.
And I'll tell it. I sure will tell her.
But your heart go out to your children, and all you can do is pray. You can't go get them. You can't go get them. If you could, you go, but then you may be sorry if you went. You may be sorry that you did get them out. So maybe this is a place they need to be for some chastisement, in their life. Everybody is not meant to be out there. I'm telling you, y'all may be in a better place. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling Keneisha the other day, she's talking about how good a friend y'all was to her, and when you got friends like that, if I had friends like you all, that I could come and talk to y'all when I got burdened or something, but I want to leave now. I don't want to.
You don't want to stay.
I don't want to stay. But you know what? That'll be the best friends you can have, is somebody you can come and talk to. You can't talk to those people out there. You can't. You can't talk to them. They gonna either be negative, or they want something from you for talking to you, But all you can do for your children when they get in trouble is pray. And if there's anything that you can give them, give them. The thing that I guess you can give to you all through somebody else or through something else. You can't just bring it and give it to them. Because one time we was gonna feed at the satellite. That was the little prison thing that was in the city. We had to feed everybody in there. You can't just take something to one or two people. So that's what we did. We cooked and we fed everybody in that building.
Hey.
Mic check. Say something.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So.
Oh yeah, you getting too far from the mic.
So you have to pray for all of you all, not just one. Pray for all of you.
Mm-hmm.
And I do. That you repent from whatever it was, and the Lord will do the rest.
Mm-hmm.
Now man ain't gonna do nothing.
Come on now.
Go out and steal on air.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the truth. A man is set to do what he do, and that's what he do. So you have to give it to God.
Yes, ma'am.
And God can change anybody. anything. But all I do is just pray, and she talks.
Okay, I got a question. Most people have a story about their name, you know what I'm saying, how they got it or where they from and stuff like that. So you Sweet Bettye, how'd you get that name? It gotta be something behind it.
I don't know how that came about. That came
sweet.
from them.
She's very sweet.
Ain't got nothing to do with no cake, no pie.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she cooked.
Okay, all right. See, that's what I'm talking about. I'm the stomach of the show.
You know, I don't know what it is, but when I'm gone, just like I'm away from my church now.
Yes, ma'am.
Why is people calling me in Texas?
Because she's Sweet Bettye.
I can't help them in Mississippi. But they want to call me and tell me what's going on and what I think about this. I can't do nothing for you all. Do it. Do it yourself. Every weekend, I cook all of the meals that be cooked at the church. So maybe they hungry, huh?
There it is. There it is.
Maybe they hungry. But I don't know how they came by that name. I don't know.
She got Sweet Bettye because she the sweetest thing in the world to me.
Okay.
Hey, y'all know that song, Honey Bee? It's a country song. Oh, yeah. That's my honey bee, you know what I'm saying? You be a Mississippi, you be my Lucy, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's a rap show, man.
Hey,
come on, man.
Hey, it's all good. All music. We diverse over here. Shout out to Lil Chris for maybe we need to do a duet, bro.
We need to do a duet, man, and call it that crooked letter. M.I.
Crooked letter, I.
Crooked letter, I. Humpback, I.
No, for me.
I'm low key hating for real, nah. Yeah, we low key hating. So what?
Don't be looking around. Y'all like, what they talking about? We talking about that Mississippi. You only know that if you got, your roots run through there.
Yeah,
that's the only reason you know that.
So did you see the game last night? That's my subject changer right there.
Yeah. Roll Tide.
Okay, so any questions for back to the topic? I had to get that question out because I wanted the listeners on the radio to really see how we affect and effect our family members when we make poor choices in life. And every day that God give us to wake up, like tomorrow is Christmas and today Christmas Eve. And I was saying on the B-side at church earlier today that prison may not be the most ideal place that somebody want to wake up in, but the good thing is that we woke up, right?
That's it.
So every day that we're given to wake up, even in a place such as this, we have a chance to be better and do better. We don't have to be the same person this morning that we went to bed as last night. We can be better. So if some people needed to hear that from your perspective on how their mothers and how their daughters and how their grandmothers and how their wives are feeling about them constantly being absentees, right? And so now the floor is open back to you if y'all have any questions for any one of us. Megamind is in this conversation too if y'all got something from him. So y'all got any questions for us?
He wanted to know how I got my name, Momma Johnson.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I'm mama to all of them. Everybody that come in contact with me and call me mama. And some say that I'm more of a mother to them than their own biological mom is. And I try to love them because I grew up with that love from that southern root, as Keneisha call it, that love that I got. Like I got it from my grandmother, my aunts, my mom. My mama has 2 brothers. They loving. She just had one to pass, but he was loving too.
They know. So,
that's how I feel that like I got my name. And plus, like when Keneisha was younger, all the kids would come to the house, but only a few could come in. I got some of them that's ratchet, as y'all call it, ratchet. They had to stay outside. I told them, bring all them kids in my house.
Yeah.
Because I have to keep the eyeball on them. So, but still.
She graduated to honey when she had grandkids.
Yeah. So when I had grandkids, I became honey. So I think I'm going like a little bit mellow out now, but still.
But what you were saying about waking up in here, to me, it seemed that you're more secure in here than you is out there. We not behind bars out there, but we ain't free.
Nope.
Ain't no way. I don't know how long y'all been in here, But we not free out there. People coming through shooting up your house and shooting you. You ain't did nothing. Shooting your children. They ain't did nothing. How many raping them, and the UPS man or the somebody FedEx man just a little kid just raped a little kid and killed her.
Mm-hmm.
So don't think that we so free just because we not behind bars. Because anything could happen to us out there for no reason. We think there's no reason, but they think they're just doing something great. And I don't think they care about where they go after they do it. I don't think they do, because they keep doing it. And in your town,
back town, it's horrible.
They say it's little Chicago there. Yeah. So you may be better off than they are. So don't get discouraged. Just do what you have to do. Be patient with it, and be blessed. Because it's not a free world out there, I'm telling you. Not at all.
Just because we get to jump in our cars and go where we want to go.
Mm-mm. You may not get back home either.
Yeah. And you have to watch when you get in your car if somebody don't come and take your car from you. It's not as free as y'all think it is. It's not as free as y'all think it is. Because each time I go out, I'm wondering, do I need to carry my little friend with me, or can I just jump in the car by myself? And it's come to that point where I'm second thinking. Do I need to take something with me, or can I just go ahead on and go? So like she said, don't think you're free, because there's so many people taking people's cars, and now they're doing something, they call it juggling, where they follow people from the ATM machine. When they get out their car, go into a store, they go in there and beat them up and take their money, and yeah, it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. And my thing is, this is the time of the year that we supposed to be thinking about Christ being born.
Yes, ma'am.
And getting ready to sacrifice his life on down the road for us. But instead of you getting out there, you want to do this to mess up the season for someone else. So that's it. I'm just telling everybody, don't think that you are free when you leave here.
Mm-mm.
That's when I think a lot of them come back is because, hey, I can't deal with this. That's the reason why I feel like they need to find something, or they need to have some kind of program for you guys when you get out, to take you through this program, so therefore you go through these levels. Because like I know someone say, well, I only been here 3 years, but within 3 years, Austin has changed for me, and I live there every day. Every time I go around, I say, no, where does this come from? Where does this come from? Things are changing so fast. It's changing so fast, guys. I tell you, it's changing so fast that it's just unbelievable. 1 minute there's land, next minute they got apartments, 100 or 200 apartments on a corner. Things are changing so fast. It is unbelievable. And
the price you have to pay to live
there, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
So don't y'all get discouraged.
I'll say, Miss Bettye, Miss Johnson, you can. I hear what you're saying. I agree with it. I'll try that freedom myself, though. It can be at the end of a Uzi. I wouldn't care.
Okay.
I'll just ask Jesus to protect me. But
yes.
Can I ask Mama something? Did you feel guilty for your daughter coming to prison?
No, I didn't.
Why?
Because
I'm just playing the world side, but the world says it's Mama's fault.
Oh no!
It's just the way you raise your kid.
Yeah.
No. She was
Grandma, you said you nod your head. You guilty too. That's what the world say. Grandma,
no,
Mama.
Child, I beat the stink out of them. No, I'm not guilty because.
Why did you feel guilty? Because I know there's a lot of mothers listening to it on the podcast right now that have been told they're deadbeat moms because of their deadbeat children.
Just because they're a deadbeat person that said it.
Okay. How does a mama not feel guilty?
Why should we feel guilty if we raised them right?
Well, that's what the world tries to tell you.
Well, that's the world.
Right. And when your child is going on a straight line, everybody got a decision. Mm-hmm. Everybody has a decision. You can either go to the right lane or you go to the left lane.
Mm-hmm.
You can go the right way or you can go the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
You can't straddle the fence.
So how did Grandma raise her daughter?
Me?
No.
Baby.
I'm talking about Miss Bettye over there.
Come on. Do you? Oh, you telling me how my mama raised me? Do you want to know?
Yeah.
Baby. You know the thing they call a whooping?
Mm-hmm.
Baby, my thing is I had 3 brothers older than me. My mama raised 4 of us by herself as a single parent. That's the reason why these single parents tell me, I'm tired, I can't do this and I can't do that. I don't want to hear that.
So how does society's in a place right now where they're saying, hey, you know, whatever the kid does, that's his fault, that's his decision?
That's not true.
That's not true.
No.
Well,
Because this one here said the same thing. Well, you can't whoop me. You can't whoop me.
Mm-hmm.
The thing was that when she got a whipping, the good police officer said, you can spank them as long as you don't need no marks on them.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know where these people get from saying I can't whip my child. I think it's something that they lazy, and it's easier to let somebody do something than it is to correct them.
Outside of the severe beating, what can a mother do for her child to raise a child right?
Well, I'm not saying it's not no beating, just a whooping. It's a difference between a beating and a whooping. A beating, you can have bruises and stuff. A whooping.
Well, that's different. The Bible say beat them, it won't.
Yeah.
You say they set from hell.
Yeah.
The Bible says
beat it out
beat
of
them.
Yeah. Beat sure. She said rocks and
you
stones. You ain't got to hold back. Yeah.
You don't have to kill them, but
just
if you
go right to the edge and pull
from
back.
The Bible, you do what it said do, and you may save your child from hell. But when children get grown, when people get grown, I don't care how good you talk to them. You can take them to church on Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday again. If they decide that they don't want to do that after they get a certain age, it's nothing you can do. It's not that you didn't raise them right. It's just that they don't want to do what you said until they feel the sting. Okay, feel the sting of what it's like to be doing stuff wrong. What happened to this one? She felt the sting.
Yeah.
So she back trying to help other people see God.
What's the last thing you heard God say to you that you know for sure, man, I know Jesus was saying this to me personally?
No, I ain't going to tell that lie because I ain't heard him say nothing to me. His word tells me what he wants me to do.
What's the last thing his word said to you? What's the last big thing that stood out to you that you were just, when you were just fellowshipping with him and he was just speaking?
To be patient and wait.
Okay.
And believe. That's about the biggest thing we can. I read my devotion this morning.
Amen.
Be patient.
Ms. Johnson?
Be patient.
Exodus 14:14. Stand still and let him fight your battle.
All right. Is this a Christian walk? Is it worth it?
Oh, definitely.
Wow.
Definitely.
Man, it sure seems like the world got it going on.
Definitely. Because there's a lot of time, like, they don't remember where I know we struggle to even have something to eat.
Yeah.
Where I had to go down to Mississippi to the food bank at my mom's church to get food to bring back to them.
What would you say the guy that says, you know, I hear you got all that hope, you got Jesus in your life, and it sounds good and it sounds like he's doing, but I really don't have a reason to take the next step, and he's thinking about doing something foolish. What would you say to him if you could talk to him right now?
Demon possessed.
Yes, the devil is busy. He's very busy. He would tell you, he will make things look like it's the best thing in the world. He'll make it look like it's paradise. But till you get to that other side and you know that light is gone, that it's like a cloud. And then when you walk through that cloud, it's gone. Then you into a world of trouble now.
How do you tell a guy that says, well, I hear y'all ladies, but I don't even know how to hear God if he was talking to me? How would you explain to a man how to hear God's voice?
Because they're not being quiet.
All right. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah.
Listen.
All right. I yield.
I yield. All right. Well, we used to have a segment in our show called Mama Used to Say, and now we got two mamas in here, and in that part of the show we tell people some of the advice that they should have took from their mothers or grandmothers that they didn't. So we're gonna do Mama Used to Say, and y'all give some advice to the listeners.
And you don't want to hear what my mama used to say, so I can't say that in here.
You got that button ready?
Beep, beep. My mama used to always say, keep your hands to yourself and don't touch nobody else's stuff. If you didn't buy it, don't take it. It's not yours.
Okay.
And she'll say, I'm going to get you if you do.
No, I'm not saying what my mom used to say.
Tell them what mother used to say, mama. Come on.
One thing. Just tell them one thing.
One thing mother used to say. Come on, mama. Say one thing mother used to say.
The most famous thing she used to say. No.
The one famous thing she used to say.
She don't give a...
Oh, okay.
That one.
Yeah,
Oh, man, I like mother.
yeah, we got that beeper.
Yeah.
Or she'll say, crawl up a...
Monkeys.
Monkeys.
Man.
Oh, yeah, she wasn't playing.
Yeah.
And she will always say, you got 8 fingers and 2 thumbs. Your can go when the wagon comes.
Oh,
so
She's kind of stiff.
Yeah, she raised all this Christian stuff right here.
She got a lot. She got a lot of lines.
No wonder y'all know Jesus. You couldn't help it.
yeah, that was Ma.
I'm not gonna say it.
R.I.P. Ma, we love you.
Yeah, that was Ma.
But
Okay.
she was loved by everybody in that town.
Everybody knew her.
Everybody knew who she was.
KJ?
Oh, so grandma would always tell me. So my grandma calls me Nina. I was surprised she said KJ, y'all. That kind of shook me. My grandmother calls me Nina. In the tribute song I wrote about it, my grandfather, it was Neem Bean Fo Philly Fo Fiend. That's exactly what my pa called me, and broke it down and it's Nina. So she would always tell me, Nina, be intelligent. You gotta be intelligent. Like all the time, she would always say that. Be kind. You need to be nice and be kind and be intelligent. So that's what my grandmother Sweets would say. Ma would tell me. Last thing before she like really stopped talking and her mind, she would tell me the great master has great things in store for me, and that's what she referred to God as, the great master. My mama told me don't ever have no kids. My mama told me don't ever have no kids, but my mom, she's instilled a lot of great things in me, and just been very encouraging throughout my incarceration. Even now, like to have her at the prison today with me is a blessing. She comes to all my events and shows and things, and she's a part of the core team support to help actually funding a lot of things as well. So my mom's is my queen. She's special to me.
You got that contact information since this will be going out on the podcast?
Oh yeah. So the information, y'all shoot me to the Inside Out Prison Ministry. It's P.O. Box 517, Buda, Texas. That's BUDA 78610. The website is www.thedakingdomera.org. You could check out when I'm gonna be at the units, when I'm gonna be doing music, when I'm feeding the homeless. Everything's on there. Some live pictures. We got a web store and everything that's launched to support the prison ministry and the brothers and sisters that contribute their work to the ministry. So y'all can hit me up there. Have your family check it out. And hey, since my grandma here, hey y'all, we recorded a new track, and I'm just gonna put it out there. The A.R.M show is the only person with the track right now. I'm not releasing it to the world until February, so y'all gonna bump that Amazing Grace.
Okay. Yeah, exclusive. Yeah, we exclusive.
Exclusive. He said it. Business said it.
Yeah. What's up? I want to hear your mama.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to
come on, Chris.
Go around the table. What your mama used to say? Oh, grandma. I know granny. Okay, go ahead. Mama Kay. What Mama Kay used to say?
Mama Kay was very financially aware. We'll say that. So she used to always say, a bird in the hand is better than 10 in the bush. Do not quit that job and try to know. Bird in the hand.
Well, me and my mom didn't have a good relationship, but a lot of mothers and grandmamas took me as their own. So the advice they used to always give me was believe in myself, no matter if nobody else does. So that's the advice.
What's something your aunt used to tell you?
That I'm special, regardless of how the world sees me.
Ooh,
You are.
He is.
You
All
are.
of you are.
All of y'all.
We ain't special like Dirty, though. Dirty special.
You talking about another kind of special, right?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
You know I'm the CEO, right?
I got security up in here right now, though.
I was raised by my granny, and I knew my mama, but my granny raised me the most. And she used to say, Bettye used to say, "Child," and that.
Yeah. Come on in.
Child, if you raise up a child in the way he should go, he would not depart from it, right? And so she used to tell me that all the time, Chris, you're gonna be special. God got something for you, even when we can't see it, right? She used to always say that. You may not see it, but guess what? God got something for you. And I used to be like, what? I don't know this guy you talking about. And all these years later, I began to serve the same God that she taught me about.
Mm-hmm. Come on now. Come on now.
You know, in my song, one of my songs, it says that you may not see it, but he's right there. Mm-hmm. He's there.
I mean, what your mama used to say?
Way in Africa.
Well, way over there. Well, my mom, you know, she never beat me, you know, and that probably me sitting here in the penitentiary. But my mom always raised me to love her well. You know, she was saying that to me last night. She raised me where I desired to want to love her well and to make her proud and to do things for her rather than the other way around. You know, she just taught me that I felt really the way I feel now when I feel like I commit a sin, where I feel repentance and I feel convicted and I feel like heaven's crying when I'm out of whack or I'm doing the wrong thing. That's how I felt with my mom. My mom raised me to always want to love her well, and it was a good way to raise a child.
I like that, man.
I know everybody's mesmerized by the voice, but it's just
Oh,
you
Lord,
gotta get over
sweet
that.
baby Jesus. All right, well,
What about you?
Lee in the field.
Lee in the field did just enter the building.
What's up? What's up?
Now, what's your mama used to say?
My mama, man, my grandma used to tell me, she said, you can listen to me now and thank me later, or you can learn your lesson now and wish you would have listened to me later.
Okay.
That's a high
punchline. That's strong.
We need to put that in a song, y'all.
Yeah, real.
That was a punchline. Oh, well, y'all know by the time y'all hear this, it'll be Christmas will be over. It'll be my birthday. I'll be a big 46.
Oh, you old.
26.
Oh, man.
26.
I'll be 46.
26.
Happy birthday to you.
No.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dirty. Happy birthday to you.
I wish y'all could see Dirty. He blushing.
Man, for real, man.
All the freckles faded
All
out.
them freckles just, ooh. Yo, thank y'all. I appreciate y'all.
You
for
know we
real.
love you.
I ain't never seen that face.
Y'all just gonna feed in that.
You okay? It's
y'all,
okay.
y'all know I'm the CEO,
So,
right?
so what's your big day?
Your anniversary.
Oh, hey, Monday. Monday. Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so
Some
his
Capricorns in the house.
His birthday and my parents' anniversary are on the same day of the 26th. Yeah, my mom, they've been married 41 years. December 26th will make 41 years. My parents been together probably 45 or something, a long time, too long, longer before I was born. Shoot, the old couple. They funny too. They like the old people you see with the rocking chairs on the porch.
Now look at that face.
Mama, how y'all get married on the day after Christmas?
So y'all can remember. You know, y'all forget days. So we try to get something closer. Yeah, men's forget. Don't act like y'all don't forget.
That was nice. That's real nice.
Serious. That's the reason why. So he won't forget.
Okay. Most women don't do that. They
Well,
pick
what if
the
I
obscure
said? What if
day.
I said September 23rd? He would never forget. He won't remember that. Ain't nothing close to that. So if you say the 26th, and say okay, a day after. Or you say July 5th. Okay, the day after the 4th.
Okay.
So I thought
That's
it was
cool.
for you to get showered with extra gifts
Oh
the
no.
day after Christmas.
Ain't got nothing to do with it. And see, the next month is my birthday, so that's the real thing. So I'm finna be busy 6 out.
What?
Yeah, on the 15th.
So if she's finna be 60, how old y'all think grandma is?
Oh, I know. I've been told. I know. I know she don't look it.
25.
I was just
She don't look it.
I ain't stepping in that one.
She don't look it.
I ain't stepping
know
in
she
that
don't
one.
look it.
Grandma, tell them how old you are.
And I seen them waves in the house. I know she don't look it. Uh-oh, there she go.
Grandma, tell them, Grandma.
You tell them. You want them to know.
Tell them how good you look at the age that you are.
I don't say I look good. I'm 81.
You look good.
I told her. She don't
You
look
blessed.
Look.
Moving like you moving.
Pick up your lip. Pick it up.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'll pick my up.
Yep.
Tell you, that's that Southern blood.
I'm talking about, man, 3 generations, man. That's really nice, man. God has really blessed y'all.
Old too.
They know how old I am.
Okay.
Yeah, you 48.
You said she gonna tell everything.
Oh,
48. You wish
okay,
I was
Dirty.
48.
All right.
You know I want what's on your feet, so you
Oh,
better
yeah.
be careful
Yeah,
when
she
you walk
trying
back
to take
barefoot.
She's trying to take my shoes, man. Trying to take my
Ain't
blessing.
around. It's too big. His shoes too big.
That's all right. My daughter can. Chrissy told me to take them from her.
She was referring to K Monet.
Oh, she loud.
Yeah.
I ain't never heard her, and I know she loud.
Who came on that?
Yeah.
Well, we got to get up out of here, but we got to
Alright.
wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
I want to say thank you to y'all too, because it's real cold outside. I was the night around the corner, and y'all came way down here to bless us. So we appreciate y'all. We really do, man. God bless y'all.
Merry Christmas.
And y'all
Happy
are welcome.
Kwanzaa.
Y'all are welcome, and we appreciate not only Mama but sweet Bettye blessing her with her presence all the way from Mississippi.
All the way. And I really have been hearing a lot about you guys from Nina, and it was a blessing to meet you all. And y'all look good to me.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all look real good to me.
All right, well.
So I'll have a testimony to say when I go back home.
Make sure you brag on us.
I will.
All right, well, with that, we got to do our closeouts. All that isn't given
is lost.
All that give off a little light
Must endure a little burning.
And most importantly, stay
Stay
tuned in
and not tuned out.
Tank Nation Conversations, promoting change through change.